Hello everybody and welcome to Train Sim World 4. Today we are at Doncaster, I believe. Or Peterborough. We're at Peterborough and we are going north to Doncaster in this beautiful blue Lumo class 803. It's an 801 with another 801 stuck at the back, dressed up as an Lumo 803. So just settle down, chill out, right? Don't come after me. Right, let's get the train set up. That's to forward, I believe. Doors open. Headlight control. Can I actually set that to anything useful? No. Dimmed. There you go. Should I just set that to marker? It's the middle of the day, so probably don't need anything more. Door control is fine. Everything else is good, I believe. We are just going straight to Doncaster. No stops in between. So we'll be flooring it most of the way. It should take about 45 minutes. In the interest of time, we'll depart a little bit early. Okay, and let's get moving. Our starting speed limit is, what is that, 40 miles an hour? But we can't go above 25. So I've got a bunch of liveries lined up, obviously with the 800, 801, 802, 803 kind of thing. And of course, there's other things for the Vectron. So lots of reskins to look forward to. I hope you enjoy them. Right, just bring it back down to 25, please. And once the back of the train is out onto the main line, which it is, you can get up to 125. Oh, lovely Electrostar sounds. Fantastic. Let's just see the DMS there. Not DMS, DMI. Whatever it's called. I'd like to see it. It's hardly a DMI in this configuration with the ETCS turned off. I will also pump the game volume. Can hear it a bit better. Right, there's 75. $80. And I also, where does Lumo stop? I don't think they stop at Peterborough. I think they stop at Stevenage. Lumo trains. Let's have a look. Yes, so London, Stevenage, Newcastle, Morpeth, and Edinburgh. So really, they shouldn't be stopping here at all. In hindsight, I probably should have set this up in the scenario designer and set it up using portals and whatnot. But, meh. Grab that. So I've got the measly 72 miles to Doncaster. And we'll be doing roughly 2 miles a minute at 125 for most of the way. So, 30 minutes-ish, 35 minutes. Try and get there a bit early. I don't see why it should take more than about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So yeah, let's have a look at Lumo. Because they're a pretty nifty operator. With their one travel class. But it's good, because that's really what rail privatisation was designed to accommodate. Oh, speeding. Open access operators. To allow proper competition, because the competition that the privatisation model that most of the UK works on, where it's just one operator runs anything and they can charge whatever they like, doesn't work. Whereas if you have a government running the bulk of the services, who are held in check by the open access operators, who are doing everything else, like Lumo, who run a few trains a day on the spare slots, but they're running cheap trains that are super competitive, actual competition. Then that's actual competition, and that then forces the government-run services down, and makes the railways more affordable for everyone. And you don't end up in a situation where everyone's paying a fortune to use the railway. And, it's good, because you got Hull trains, Grand Central, what else is there? Is there, like, West Coast trains or something? I know there's something on the West Coast. But yeah, Lumo is certainly a good start. And of course, there's an increased number of government-run trains in the UK. Like TransPennine Express has recently been added to the list. Southeastern is government-run. Northern is government-run. No, that just jumped back up to Greens. That's all right. Transport for Wales is run by the Welsh Government. ScotRail is run by the Scottish Government. LNER is run by the government. And with the change to the franchise model, there's, at the moment, no plans to contract them back out, which is good. And LNER, I believe, might turn a profit. Which is the remarkable thing. Sorry, I'm going to go on a rant about trains on the East Coast Main Line for a while. Got 45 minutes, so I might as well ramble. It's truly amazing how rubbish the British government were and the Department of Transport were. The Department for Transport. Like, first there was GNER, which was run by Sea Containers, and then that collapsed. So the government recontracted to National Express under National Express East Coast, and then they collapsed, so the government took control of it under their operator of last resort, under GNER, not just East Coast Trains, which turned profit. And so what did the government do to their profit-making business? They privatised it, and they gave the contract to Virgin, who were underpaying their staff and still losing money and collapsed. And so they had to come back with their own government-run company, LNER. And let's see a look. LNER. Actually, can I go to Companies House? My favourite website at the moment. Companies House. Search for a company or officer. Let's see, are they listed as London North Eastern Railway? Or will I have to search for oh, London North Eastern Railway Limited. Is that a thing? Previous names, DFT OLR Limited, Yes, that is a thing. Okay. Accounts. Full accounts made up to... So this was the 2022 financial year. Full accounts of London North Eastern Railway. I have a look. Da, 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 da. Profit. They made profit. They turned profit. Passenger revenue was almost £500 million. Then other revenue was... other revenue probably does include subsidy, though. But other revenue was about £250 million. And costs were... Yes, that probably was subsidy. Because it's a pretty slim margin. But I wonder, can I see... No, I can't search for anything there. Alright. I wonder, Southeastern though. London Southeastern Railway. London and Southeastern Railway Limited. And that is... This is OLR, isn't it? Accounts... Full accounts of the past financial year. And they did make profit, but they did have a subsidy. Be nice if they listed their subsidy. Yeah, there's loads of stuff in the UK rail space, and I know the Tory government has sort of deprioritised Great British Rail, but they need to get a reel on with that. But it's sort of half-assed privatisation, but anything is better than nothing, I guess. It's a step in the right direction, and hopefully they realise the advantages and return to full privatisation. Not full privatisation, full nationalisation. God, no. Not Michael Portillo. Right, cruising nicely at 125 or 126. Come off the power slightly there. There we go. Should we grab a screenshot? I reckon so. It's a lovely blue, isn't it? I think the livery, even though it's basic, it works reasonably well. What am I doing? Field of view in. Depth of field all the way down. Focal point. But I think I might come a bit further back. And we'll zoom in a bit more. And we'll adjust the focal point. Nice. Good, good. Do like the new photo mode. Bit of a hassle though. Maybe they should add an autofocus or something. Of course they won't, but... I'm a bit confused where that double yellow came out of. Oh, slim up to the double. There's certainly... There's something way ahead of us. That looks like it could be a stopping train, though. There's another thing up there. Alright. Bit more power. Okay. And we'll come back down. Oh, lovely stutter. Leave a little bit of power on there. Yep, speeding slightly. I do like the horn. Even if the rest of the sounds are a bit subpar. Oh, I know. I'll just turn the vigilance off for a second. Ah, broken. Lovely. Oh no. Gonna decide to work. No? No, fair enough. It's not gonna work either. Inside the train. Oh, yep. The clocks on the PIS broken. It says Leeds. Yeah, that's where we're going to. But what about Doncaster? No? Alright. That's cool. Get vigilance on again. Can we go back up to 125? Don't think so. Haven't seen anything on the monitor. That's being. Oh, the stutter. Lovely. I do need to play around with my INI settings because that foliage loading is pretty awful. Pretty catastrophic. Right, and we're coming down to 100 miles an hour. So I put a bit of brakes on for that. I said put a bit of brakes on for that. As we come through whatever station this is. Newark. Okay, there's 100. Still waiting on the rail fans, Dovetail promised. Yeah, that's Newark, I believe. Or is that Retford? Honestly, I cannot remember. Oh, Grantham. It shows how much I know about the railway. Okay, 115. And where'd that 125 come out of? Matt's arse, it would appear. I'll motor back up to that then. We're doing reasonably well, actually. We're, you know, best part of a third of the way through the route. You know, pushing halfway in 15 minutes. Giving us 30 minutes to do the rest. Back up to 125. I reckon we can get this done in a flash. Oh, actually, are we speeding? Oh, we are, okay. track monitor clearly not working. Oh, tunnel loading in front of us. That's quality. Expect nothing less from Dovetail. Awful eye adaptation, and up to 125. Lovely stutter. I've seen a lot of stuff on sort of fixes, like permanent fixes to stutter, and I've been a bit lazy and I haven't implemented any of that, but I really should. Because that would be an absolute game changer, I reckon. And Dovetail should make it an official feature. Alright. Bit more power. Yeah, the horn on the rail drive is a bit broken. Right, another 801-2. Stuttering away. Fantastic. Now, the rest of the stations should be reasonably well spaced, so I've actually got something to look at. Yeah, this bit's only slightly boring. Let's see, can we get an artsy shot out here? If I reset that. Get anything artsy, perhaps. Be nice if you could just temporarily unpause the game. Right, here, now we're outside the catenary. That should be better. Right, field of view. In. Depth of field. Come on. Come on. Down. What's this? Oh, okay, we can play with this. Exposure. Oh, that's not instant, is it? That would make it really dark. That would make it... Okay, so if we crank the brightness slightly, saturation, that would just make it, yeah, awful. Crank that a little bit. Vignette, not going to play with brightness. Pull slightly down. And color settings. Focal point, pull back. Right, and hide the overlay. Nice. Right, let's jump back up. Bit more power. Alright. Trackpads. Double yellow, jumping to green. It's very weird seeing these level crossings on a high-speed line, but, you know, they're all fully protected and they're all manually controlled. Right, back up to the green. That's good. You like to see it. Okay, a bit more power. Let's leave it in power 1, see what happens. Right. Now I'm not going to start to slow down. Come off the power, but I just want to see if this is double yellow or if it's green. Looks green, okay. Fantastic. Yeah, I didn't want to brake too heavily. And the train in front was probably just accelerating. Just closing up the gap between them. Alright. And we're chilling back on greens. Fantastic. Oi! Awful. Okie dokie. One thing I also heard from a driver of these units, or maybe a driver of 802s, I think it was 802s for Transpennine. If you're watching this, shout out to you. Your username escapes me, but if you comment, I'll pin it. Said that the wipers were badly modelled and were in the wrong place. So, it's another thing to add to the list of negatives, I guess. Okay, and we'll come down to 100. Oh, wow. Such a cool crossing. Back up to 125. Oh. Yeah, you got a reasonable bit still to go, but we're definitely beyond halfway. It's taken 29 minutes to come this far. Hopefully it won't take, yeah, hopefully we'll get there on time. I reckon we will. Got 20 minutes to. 20 whole minutes. 21 whole minutes, so... Lovely. The stutter, nasty. Right, still rocking greens. Let's go notch 2. Missed that crossing. Right, come on, let's leave it in notch 2. Let's get back up to 125. There you go. Back into notch 1. Are we going uphill? No, we're on the level. Right. Is that level crossing? Yes. No, that's just a turnout. Alright. Oopsies. There's something in the turnout. Oh, there is 2. That was Flying Scotsman. 60103 on a Heritage Rail Tour. Right, that just jumped up to green right as we passed it. So we can chill here for a bit. I suspect we're getting brought down because there's something in front of us that's just slowing. Right, and we're still greens, that's alright. Full power for a bit. Back to notch 1. Yeah, how far behind that thing in front are we? It is a bit annoying. Having to keep jumping around. Oh! There's nothing in front of us, so I don't quite understand why we keep getting brought down. It's Dovetail's dodgy signal logic, probably. Probably. It'll be interesting to see, because that's... The editor, I'm excited for the editor as a whole. Right? But I don't know, Blender just seems a bit tedious. I'm not sure if I can pull myself to modelling everything, but I'd be fascinated to understand how the signal logic works and how the timetabling works. I'm really excited to see that. That's why I sort of want to form a team so that we can have people who are doing what they enjoy. So ideally have a modeler or a route builder. And then someone making timetables, someone doing the signals, someone doing the physics, someone doing the sounds. Or, you know, people doing more than one thing. And make a decent route. And I have finally made a very rudimentary file sharing platform on my website. It'll probably, well, it almost certainly will undergo changes, because at the moment there's sort of no verification other than making an account. But I hope in the future that will allow people to work on projects and collaborate, because anyone can upload and download, and I can group things into files. And say you and your mates want to make a project, I could stick it in a folder together and can work on that collaboratively. Because Dovetail have said that they're not going to make any file sharing on their end. Alright. Decent bridges there. Give that to Dovetail. And yet more 2D trees rendering right in front of us. It must be going uphill here, yeah. Oh, speeding slightly, and we got to come down to 115. So I'll do that. interesting to see because I've been reading about the the digital upgrade program for the East Coast Main Line, which should see sections upgraded to 140 with ETCS level 2. And the first stage of that is... The first stages of that are already sort of done, being the Thameslink Core and Northern City Line. But it should be very, very exciting to see 140 miles an hour being allowed permanently on the East Coast Main Line. And these Azumas and other IETs, you know, the 800s, 801s, 802s, 803s, 804s, 805s, whatever else there are, being finally allowed to run up to 140. And, you know, maybe we'll see that being allowed on the Great Western Main Line, perhaps. The 800s and 802s allowed up to 140 on the electric bits. Because I'm sure the main line out to Reading certainly could allow 140. And then sections of the Midland Main Line surely, and West Coast as well. And then potentially, you know, you could just upgrade them to whatever speed is possible and just run them at whatever the trains can do. Because that's the beauty of ETCS and other cab signalling, is it removes signal sighting concerns. And that's why I'm excited to see it running in Sydney, because at the moment all the city tunnels are limited to 30, 40, 50, 60 kilometres an hour, just because the signals are so close to each other. But with ETCS level 2, we should see that limit being raised significantly with the cab signalling. Right, is this... What is this? This is Retford, I believe. Yes. Lovely. It looks like we will be quite early. What's the gradient here? Still uphill. Because we've got... We're going to do this in roughly 8 minutes, I'd say. And the game's giving us 13 or 12 and a half minutes to get there, so... Quite early, I reckon. I'm just such a good driver. Just fantastic, I am. One thing as well, this track monitor, if they're going to commit to this, they should do it like they did in Train Sim Classic, where as you get faster, it zooms out and displays a bit more of the track in front. Because at low speeds, it's nice to have a shorter view so you can see if the signals are clumped closer together and speed limit changes. But at high speed like this, I want to see what's coming up. And I also would like to see stations on there. That would make it actually useful. Right, 13 miles, double yellow. Jumped up to a green though, so we're alright. Another 801. Meow. Oh, the stutter. My word. Would be a pretty cool job though, speeding along in these. Yeah, that's... You get paid, and they get paid a lot, and they got good union protection. Well, by a lot, I mean for sitting on their ass all day, as some may put it. But you know, the train driver, it's not what they get paid, not for what they do, but for what they don't do, or what they hope not to do. You know, they don't get paid for what goes right, but for what goes wrong. Because a lot can go wrong. You know, the train fails. Got to know how to fix it. in the field. Power supply issues, gotta know what to do. Derailment, gotta know what to do. And it's, you know, day to day, yeah, okay, you just put it in forwards and drive. But so much more to it than that. Sitting on their ass all day, even though they are 30k, so I'm standing here in the pouring rain. Oh, where the fuck's my fucking train? It's a banger song. I discovered very recently that that was on Spotify. Didn't think it was widespread enough to be, but it certainly is. Where the fuck's my fucking train? London Underground. They're all greedy cunts, I wanna shoot them all with a rifle. La 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 la. La 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 la. Floors are sticky and the seats are damp. Every platform has a fucking tramp. Yeah, I'll stop now. Alright, there's 110. Little bridge. It's at least interesting having the speed limits jump around somewhat. Oh, neutral section. Neutral section warning, I believe that is. Open the MCB. Do I have an MCB? No, it's got the virtual circuit breaker. Set that into neutral. Unless I've gone crazy and that was the safety. Oh no, here we go. Here's the neutral section. There's the feeder. And somewhere along here. Should be, maybe, potentially, perhaps. Neutral section sign? Yes, no, maybe, no, yes. Right, sod it. We're going. Up to 125. And that bled off a bit of speed. Yeah, it was probably a bit too early on that. Anyway, 5.3 miles into Doncaster, so you should be there in 2.5 minutes-ish. Oh, so the neutral section is probably back there. That's alright. Oi, that is disgusting. Horn plus stutter. What a fantastic combo. Oh. Right, we have 6 minutes, and it'll take us about 2. My fantastic driving once again saves the day. I can recover from any delay. Man, that overhead line gradient was a bit steep there. Pantograph jump around. Yeah, they shouldn't go that up and down that quickly. I'm almost certain of that. Right, so Doncaster is 2 track monitors distance away. Got the depot. Got ourselves a double yellow. Which will almost certainly be for approach control. So I'll go a sharpish brake application now. Oh. So 120. Yeah, I would expect we're getting approach controlled into that 35 limit. Yep. Bit more brake. I believe the DRA is mapped to one of... Yes, there we go. Bit more brake. Lovely, lovely Electrostar sounds there. And fantastic stutter. Coming at 25. There you go. DRA off. Up we pop. Back up to 35. As we arrive into Doncaster. Going round the side? No, don't think so. Straight ahead. Try and make this a nice stop. Come on, slow down. Min brake. And doors, we'll stick it into neutral. Getting the doors? There you go. Lovely! Oh, that's quite nice in the rain, I reckon. Photo mode. Oh, let's reset that. Depth of field. Down. Come on. Come on. Focal points. Actually, we'll come back. And field of view in. Like that signal to piss off. And focal points. Right, and do anything with these. Exposure. Turn the saturation down. No, saturation up, exposure down. Yes, look at that. That's all moody, isn't it? Vignette we won't play with, and brightness maybe touch up. Touch down. Touch down, let's see. Oh, nice. I like that. You see the front omnom? Omnom. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed. If you want to see more reskins, let me know. Oh, Oh, I just got exhibitionist using my own personal livery, even though it wasn't. I ripped that off Creators Club. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.